You can buy policies on different parts of your body. And so Bruce Springsteen had a policy on his voice. Julia Roberts had a $40 million policy on her smile. And Gene Simmons had a $1 million policy on his tongue. All right? People can plan for the future in that way. There's even a lottery insurance. So the employers, if they're worried that somebody in their company is going to win the lottery and share it, that they can protect against that. I don't know of how many people think that's a real possibility, but apparently it's a thing. Even in Europe, not too long ago, they launched alien abduction insurance policies. They sold 30,000 alien abduction insurance policies. Now, I don't know what keeps you up at nights, but God obviously, through sunrises and through sunsets, right, the evening and the morning were the first day, knew that there would be a need for us to organize our day, to limit our day, and to live one day at a time. Like God's plan for us. And this sounds so simplistic, but I can tell you that most of life's most complex problems, most deepest pains are not solved with complexity. They're solved by a realization and awakening and following the simplicity of what God's called us to do, what he's called us to know. And so you don't have to be someone with a PhD to figure it out. Oftentimes, kids speak truth when we're not ready for it, don't they? And so they came up with the idea that there is something called the miracle plant, the miracle vegetation, all the way from Asia. It's now all over the place. It's called kudzu. You ever heard of it before? I'm sure if you don't know what it is, you've seen it before, right? If you go up anywhere, especially in North Georgia, all of a sudden you'll see huge swaths of vegetation, trees, forests that are overrun with this vegetation. They loved it because it would grow and grow and grow, but this thing that they thought was okay for a little while became the biggest headache and something that's of great detriment. Because while it did help with the erosion, it took over every single thing. And so kudzu has a couple things in particular that it does that really cause problems. So one thing that does is it blocks the daylight. You can see that there's got to be trees back there, but how much sunlight are the trees getting? Hardly. The sun's out, right? Shining bright, trying to give them all the nutrients they need, but it's blocked because this insidious thing has taken over everything, right? The other thing is that those weakened plants are now bearing the weight of all that vegetation that does nothing but blocks out the things that they desperately need. Corrie ten Boom says that worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength. And what's happening in our life, when we get in these moments when all of a sudden our faith is failing, we can't control sin. We can't control those things. But as they get a foothold in our life, and we allow them to grow and to grow and to grow and grow, they take over everything and they block the light of the truth that God has for us. And they bury us with weight about things that are coming that may never come and keep us from the things that God wants to give to us today.